T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Hi, everybody. We are so excited that you're with us this evening for our first night of our first ever virtual vacation Bible school here at the Ashville Road Church of Christ. Thanks for joining. The very first thing we want to ask you to do is, if you are watching us on social media, we want you to like or share so that more people will know what's going on. And then in addition to that, if you will also, in the comments, if you're watching us from somewhere other than, say, the Leeds and Moody area, right in our direct area, if you would, in the comments, tell us where you're watching from tonight, that would be fantastic. We would appreciate that. So we are very excited, and so tonight we're gonna start about going the distance. And you might ask, how did we come up with this idea of going the distance? And so think about how many times you've heard the word distance lately, right? And so we've seen pictures like this an awful lot. 6 feet apart, everybody. We want to try to stay safe. We want to try to stay healthy. Let's stay apart. Maybe you've been to Walmart or some other store and you've seen these squares or these little lines that say, stay this far apart. Distancing is important. And if you've been to church here with us at Ashville Road, you've probably seen some of this painter's tape in our auditorium where certain areas are blocked off. And so we are learning an awful lot about the importance of distance in our everyday lives. But not only that, back in the times of the Bible, we learned a lot of things, and the Bible has a lot of things to say about distance. This picture right up here, the children of Israel left Egypt and went to the Promised Land. There were millions of them who went on this journey, and the journey was almost 5,000 miles that they had to make from Egypt to Canaan, to the Promised Land. And so they knew something about distance, right? Moving a bunch of people a long distance. Over here is this map with all these lines on it, and those are the missionary journeys of the Apostle Paul. And he traveled on all of his missionary journeys over 10,000 miles. Can you imagine that? And he did almost all of it on foot. That guy knew about distance, didn't he? And so even all of us, we run the Christian race every day. And so we try to be faithful to God. And we know that race is described in the Bible as being a long race, a marathon. And so we know about the distance that it takes to try to be faithful to God every single day. So tonight we have a very special story where we're going to learn something about distance. Tonight we're going to learn a little bit about Joseph and how he was distanced from his family. So that's our distance story for tonight. We're going to have a great skit coming up in a little while. Can't wait for you to see it. You're going to love it. And then we're going to talk about some things that we learned from this story about Joseph and his brothers. Before we do that, we want to get started, and as we do always for Vacation Bible School, let's sing some songs. So here we go. I like Vacation Bible School. I like Vacation Bible School. Songs and prayers and Bible drills and everything we do. I like Vacation Bible School. All right, now, there's some rules about this year's virtual Vacation Bible School. Rule number 1, if you're watching with me, you have to sing with me, okay? Because you don't want to just hear Mr. Tim sing by himself all the time, right? So you have to sing along. Number 2 is, kids, don't sit there on the couch, okay? So there's some songs, lots of songs we sing where we have hand motions and we need to get up, and always make sure and do a part of that. So the first one is the Lord's Army, right? So everybody stand up. Let's do the Lord's Army. I'm in the Lord's Army, yes, sir. I'm in the Lord's Army, yes, sir. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly o'er the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army, yes, sir. I'm in the Lord's army, yes, sir. I'm in the Lord's army, yes, sir. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly o'er the enemy, but I am in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. All right. Now, this is one of our favorite songs at Vacation Bible School. Maybe you haven't come to Ashville Road's Vacation Bible School, and so this is one that we want to tell you about what we do here. So this is Who's the King, right? So we do Who's the King of the Jungle? Who? Who's the King of the Sea? And we do Bubble, Bubble, Bubble. Who's the King of the Universe? And Who's the King of Me? And then we do all those things. And then the second verse is, who's the king of the desert? And we're going over the sand, blah, blah. Who's the king of the stars? Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Who's the king of the Milky Way? Let's do that swirl. And my favorite part, who's the king of Mars? All right. So we'll back it up. And everybody ready? Who's the king of the jungle? Who? Who's the king of the sea? Bubble, bubble, bubble. Who's the king of the universe? And who's the king of me? His name is Jesus. Yes, he's the king of me. He's the king of the jungle. Who? He's the king of the sea. Bubble, bubble, bubble. He's the king of the universe, and he's the king of me. Who's the king of the desert? Blah, blah. Who's the king of the stars? Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Who's the king of the Milky Way? And who's the king of Mars? His name is Jesus. Yes, he's the king of me. He's the king of the desert, blah, blah. He's the king of the stars, twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. He's the king of the Milky Way, and he's the king of Mars. All right. I think I can feel you singing out there. I can hear it coming this way. So we're going to do one of our favorites here. And Hunter, will you take us all the way to the end of this? Because I have to practice. You know, we don't sing this song. Mr. Tim sings it during Vacation Bible School, and not a lot before that. So this is a real test for Mr. Tim. So let's see if we can do it together. When we get to the end of it, by the time we get to the end, we're going to do, there's a face on the coin, in the fish, in the nets, in the hands, in the men, in the boat, in the Sea of Galilee. All right. We're going to add that all the way through. So here we go, back to the beginning. I hope this goes well. We're about to find out. Here we go. There's a Sea of Galilee. There's a Sea of Galilee. There's a sea. There's a sea. There's a Sea of Galilee. And there's a boat on the Sea of Galilee. There's a boat on the Sea of Galilee. There's a boat. There's a boat. There's a boat in the Sea of Galilee, and there are men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are men, there are men. There are men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee, and there are hands in the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are hands in the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are hands, there are hands. There are hands on the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee, and there are nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are nets, there are nets. There are nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. And there are fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are fish, there are fish. There are fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. And there's a coin in the fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's a coin in the fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's a coin, there's a coin. There's a coin in the fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. And there's, here we go last time. Face on the coin and the fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's a face on the coin and the fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's a face. There's a face. There's a face on the coin and the fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. All right, pretty good. Not bad. So now it's time for us to learn this great story that we have for tonight. You are going to be amazed by the presentation that you're about to see. Now, I told you, if you watched our advertisements for vBS, what you're about to see is right along the lines of of a Star Wars or the latest Marvel movie. Amazing special effects. It's just, I can't, words will not allow me to say what's so great about what you're about to see. So why say any more words? And now, a special presentation.
In the book of Genesis, we read of many influential people whom God used to lead. One of those people was Joseph. Joseph was one of the 12 sons of Jacob. Joseph was also Jacob's favorite son. One way this favoritism was shown was when Jacob gave Joseph a coat of many colors.
My dad gave me a coat of many colors.
This made his brothers steaming mad.
I'm steaming mad.
They got so mad they decided to sell Joseph into slavery.
We're going to sell him into slavery.
So they sold him and told his father Jacob that he had been killed by a wild animal.
He was killed by a wild animal.
While he was in slavery, a lie was told that caused Joseph to be thrown into jail.
I've been thrown in the slammer, y'all.
Another unfortunate situation thrown at Joseph. During his time in prison, God was with him and caused him to rise to power. Joseph was second in command to the Egyptian Pharaoh. A famine arose in the land, and everyone had to come to Egypt to get food and grains for their family. This includes Joseph's brothers. All his brothers except Benjamin came to Egypt to get food. When his brothers got to Egypt, Joseph automatically recognized them. They, however, did not recognize him. They bought their grain and headed home only to find their money for their grain had been returned. The next time they went to Egypt, they would return the money and, by command of Joseph, bring their brother Benjamin.
It's them! Look! Receive them at the palace and put the kitchen stuff into high gear. There will be a banquet for all of us at noon. Only the best. Hurry!
Ah, the sons of Jacob, I've been expecting you. Come into the palace.
No, sir. I know what you're thinking. You think we stole your money. But it's not true. I know we had your silver in our sacks when we left here. We found it when we got home. But it was the full price of wheat, believe me. But someone put it there. Look, we brought double the price. You see, we have to buy more food or we'll starve.
Line up, boys. You worry too much. The master's expecting you and everything is fine. I know you paid for the grain.
When Joseph arrived, the brothers bowed low to the ground. In this way, Joseph's dream of the bowing sheaves of grain was fulfilled. As they bowed, they presented their packs with gifts of produce and spices, but Joseph hardly looked at them.
Please, get up. Tell me, how are you? Is your father alive? Is he well? Yes, my lord. Your servant, our father, is alive and well. Is this your youngest brother, the one you told me about? Yes, this is Benjamin, son of Rachel. May God be gracious to you, my son. Come, serve the food.
Joseph asked the servant to bring Benjamin 5 times as much food as the others. Though many of them were grown and close in age, Joseph seated them in order from youngest to oldest. They thought it was too odd to be a coincidence, but they still didn't guess that the master was their brother, Joseph.
Wow, that meal was so good, but we better start heading home.
Please stay the night. It's too dark to travel. You can leave in the morning.
Okay, we will stay and leave first thing in the morning.
Okay, here's the drill. Put the silver back in the sacks of grain as before, but this time take my cup and put it in the sack of the youngest.
The next morning, the brothers leave for home, relieved that all the brothers, especially Benjamin, were returning home. They get a little ways down the road. Then the steward approached them, panicking.
Stop, you thieves. Why have you stolen the master's cup?
Listen to me. Why would we do such a thing? It's not logical. We brought double silver back with us, if you remember. This is crazy. We all only have the grain that we paid for. If by some chance someone has that cup, you can take him as your slave.
I can live with that. It's a deal. I'll take the slave who has the cup in his bag. The rest can go free. Ha! It's the one you least expect. No!
Distraught by Benjamin being found with the cup, the brothers all returned to the city to plead for the life of their youngest brother.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the sons of Jacob, you must have been in the sun too long to pull such a trick. Haven't you heard? A man like me knows things. Did you really think you could get away with this?
What can we say to you, my lord? The evidence is against us. God has uncovered our guilt. We'll all be your slaves, along with the one that took your cup.
No, no, that wouldn't be right now, would it? I'll keep the boy. The rest of you can go.
Please, please, my lord, if you keep this boy, it'll kill my father. His first love, his wife Rachel, only gave him 2 sons. He believes that one son was torn apart by a wild animal, and to this day he mourns. Only Benjamin is left for him now. If we walk into our tents without the boy, our father will die. I just know it. I promised him that I will be personally responsible for the boy. Take me instead. I'll be your slave willingly, if you spare my father this terrible grief.
Leave me, servant. Look at me, all of you. Come close. Don't you know me?
Not with that mask on.
It's me, Joseph. The one you sold into slavery all these years ago.
What? You're Joseph? I mean, we thought you were dead. I thought it was so odd the way you kept asking us about our brother at home, and how your servant seated us at the table according to our age, and Benjamin's portion. I should have known. So this is it. You're going to kill us, aren't you?
No, no. Look how it all turned out. In the end, you didn't send me here. God did, to save us from starvation. As for you, when you sold me into slavery, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good.
Oh. Sorry about that.
Joseph's brothers went back to their father Jacob and told him about Joseph, how he was still alive, and about his position with Pharaoh. They all moved closer to Joseph and were all reunited as a family. This goes to show that God can make a bad thing good.
What a great skit, don't you agree? Our kids and Hunter did a wonderful job telling us that story, and so that whole deal about Joseph, his brothers being jealous of him because of the dreams that he had, and then it went all the way through them selling him into bondage. And what did we learn from all of that? I know you know now because you watched the video. But at the end of our of vBS tonight, we'll talk about that major point that we want to take from the story of Joseph being separated from his brothers. Now, we got lots of other things to do. We've only just got started tonight. So one of the things for your memory work for Vacation Bible School is you need to be able to quote the books of the New Testament and all of the books of the Bible to get into the 27 Club and the 66 Club. So we need to sing about that, right? Here we go. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts and a letter to the Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians and Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus and Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd and 3rd John, Jude and Revelation. All right, now we need to sing the books of the Old Testament, and that will get you ready to be in the 66 Club. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. And all the Ashville Road kids say, hey, at the end of that, right? So if you were at home tonight, Ashville Road kids, I hope you said, hey, just like we always do together at Vacation Bible School. Now, if you can say the books of the Old Testament and the New Testament, you can get your name up in lights. So how do we do that? Well, you send an email to vbs@arcoc.com and tell us that you've done the 27 books of the New Testament, or you've said all the books of the Bible, or that you've said the Golden 100, and later on, we'll put your name up in lights, and we'll do that every night this week. So we've got some names to share with you in a minute. You know, I was wondering about this song. As I was watching that skit, I wondered, you know, when Joseph set down those brothers, he set them in order by age. And I wonder if he sang this song as he was sitting them down. So let's sing it together. The sons of Jacob, the sons of Jacob, the sons of Jacob are 12 in all. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Gad, Asher, Dan. Next comes Naphtali, Joseph, Benjamin, the sons of Jacob are 12 in all. So maybe he sang that song and he said, he said, next comes Naphtali, Joseph, that's me, Benjamin. So maybe that's the way he said everybody. Maybe he knew the sons of Jacob. Now, we love Vacation Bible School at Ashville Road. And we're so glad that we can come into your home, and maybe you've never been to our Vacation Bible School. So this week, during our virtual VBS, we're going to give you some type of flashback every night to a Vacation Bible School in the past. And so tonight, I think we go back 5 or 6 years, and here are some of our kids singing the song about the plagues. And you might be able to pick out some of the Ashville Road kids that you know as we check this video out.
Listen.
Let my people go, Moses told Pharaoh. First he said no, and then he said go, when his land knew woe. Blood, frogs, lice, and flies, murrain on cows, and boils on men, fire and hail, and locust and darkness. Carter, and last the death of the firstborn child, Braxton.
All right, did you like that video? Some of these big kids were about this tall in that video, and so they're really growing up. Now, one of the things you need to know is what they sang, the song about the plagues. And we always talk about this being the scariest of all songs in Vacation Bible School, but you need to know it, these 10 plagues, to get into the Golden 100. Here we go. Let my people go, Moses told Pharaoh. First he said no, and then he said go, when his land knew woe. Blood, frogs, lice, and flies, murrain on cows, and boils on men, fire and hail, and locust and darkness, and last the death of the firstborn child. Scary stuff, huh? Those plagues were rough, and God brought them so that the children of Israel would be released by Pharaoh, and they could move on to the promised land. Now here's something else we're doing especially this week during virtual Vacation Bible School, and that's the Bible question of the night. And so you might ask, how can I get involved in the Bible question of the night? Well, first of all, you need your memory work. And so this is in your VBS craft and memory packet. And if you're watching us from far, far away and you can't get one of those packets, you can get this memory work. All you have to do is go to arcoc.com/VBS, and there's a button right there that says download memory work. And in this memory work, it's the 27 and 66, the books of the Bible, the Golden 100, and some questions in the back. And so if you'll study those questions and be ready, then you can send us an email to vbs@arcoc.com, and we might choose your name to be the person we call to ask the Bible question of the night. And so right now, we're about to choose one of our marathoners. That's our kids from first grade up. We're going to choose one of them, and we're going to give them a call right now and see if they can answer the question of the night. Okay, so I'm not even going to tell you who I'm calling, and it'll be a surprise to them too. And so here we go. Hello, can I speak to Marcus Hill, please?
Let me conference him in. Hold
All
on.
right, outstanding. Let's see if he's ready for the Bible question of the night. Hello, Marcus, are you there? I hope so.
Okay, Marcus is here.
All right. Hello, Marcus.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Are you having fun at Vacation Bible School?
Yeah,
All right. So I understand that you signed up for the Bible question of the night. Is that right?
yeah.
Okay. Can you pick a number between 1 and 25 for me?
Okay.
All right. Give me a number between 1 and 25.
I'll go 15.
All right, so you chose number 15. So let's do question number 3. All right, here we go. So can you tell me who prayed 3 times a day at an open window?
I'm gonna say Paul.
Okay, well, that was a good guess. You remember that guy that was in the lion's den? Who was the guy that prayed?
Daniel.
There you go. Very good. All right. So thanks for working on your Bible questions, and we've got a special prize for you. We've got some Bible highlighters that you can use to mark your Bible during Mr. Drew's lesson. So thanks for playing Bible question of the night. We'll see you later, Marcus.
Okay.
All right. Good job. All right. So that's all you have to do is you need to sign up. And you sign up by sending us an email to vbs@arcoc.com. And you see, I'm going to ask you for a number, but then I'm going to be sneaky, right, and give you something else. So in just a little while, we're going to make another Bible question call to our fun runners, our kids from kindergarten down. But before we do that, let's shine our Christian light. That's your good example, and you're being such a good example tonight. Here at Virtual Vacation Bible School, we're going to shine our light all over Leeds, right here in town. So here we go. This little Christian light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little Christian light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little Christian light of mine, I'm going to let it shine all the time, let it shine. I won't let Satan it out. I'm going to let it shine. I won't let Satan it out. I'm going to let it shine. I won't let Satan it out. I'm going to let it shine all the time, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm going to let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm going to let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm going to let it shine all the time, let it shine. Shine all over Leeds, I'm going to let it shine. Shine all over Leeds, I'm going to let it shine. Shine all over Leeds, I'm going to let it shine all the time, let it shine. All right, good job. Thanks for singing with us. Now, before we go to our vBS crafts, I want to mention that some of these songs might be new to some of you, and some of these are very special to Ashville Road, but we want you to learn these songs as well. And one of the great things about Virtual vBS is that you can go back and listen to the recordings of these on YouTube and on Facebook. And so to get that Golden 100 work done, you can learn these songs. Isn't it easier to learn something when you have a song? You know, sometimes in Bible class, they'll ask something like, what was it that occurred on the sixth day of creation? And in my mind, I'm saying 6 day animals and man but in reality, I'm just saying, I believe that was animals and man. And so, you know, those songs help us to learn things. So we're going to put all these songs out there, and you can learn them and get your name up in lights by learning the Golden 100. But right now, it's time for you to find that craft and memory packet, open it up, find vVBS Monday inside there, and it's finally time to get those airhead extremes out of there. I hope you've been able to resist the temptation and you haven't eaten them already. Otherwise, you're going to have a very plain coat. But I don't want to tell you any more about that. Let's go to Miss Kim Stanyo and do the craft for tonight.
Hey guys, welcome to vVBS Night 1. Who is super excited about our first craft? So the Bible study tonight came from Genesis 37 through 50 and talks about how Joseph gets distance from his family. Now, we've all had our taste of distancing recently and know that's not very fun. If you're like me, you're social, you like to be around your family and your friends, give hugs and love. Even vVBS is better in person. But hey, Mr. Tim and lots of people have went through lots of trouble to make sure that we have a great time. So, I get to do your first craft tonight. And remember, at the beginning of this Bible story about Joseph, his dad made him this beautiful coat of many colors. So when I think of a coat of many colors, I think of bright, vibrant reds, blues, yellows, orange, and beautiful fabric is what I imagine that Joseph's dad made this coat from. Well, because his dad made him this coat, his brothers got really jealous. They even plotted to kill him, right? You remember that from the story. But this story did have a happy ending. And in the end, Joseph was reunited with his brothers and his father. So, I wanted us to make a coat of many colors tonight. One good thing about this craft is, and all of our other crafts is, you may not get to be with all your friends at church and get to have all that excitement, but you do get to spend time with your family. So my suggestion is, after I show you this demo and how that you're going to make your craft, gather your mom, dad, brothers, sisters, whoever's at home with you. And this is something that you guys can do together. And hey, I have to say, I think I have the most fun craft just because at the end, you get to eat it. So that's pretty exciting, right? Okay, so we're gonna make Joseph's coats of many colors. Need a plate. Gonna need a butter knife, not a sharp knife, but these butter knives. Probably a napkin or a cloth, something. Your graham crackers, your airhead extremes, and your little packet of icing. So all of this came in your kit you got for vVBS. Unless you got in them and your airheads already like my boys have been trying to do. You should have everything you need. So take your graham cracker pack. I'm gonna open the first pack. Okay, make one big trash pile. Put one graham cracker down, okay? Gonna lay another one down. So we have the base of our coat right here, okay? Then you're gonna need another pack. Not gonna need both of them, but you will need one. So share with a family member if you can. And split this pack up. Take your graham cracker. And then see you've got the little lines right here, okay? You're gonna carefully break that in half so you have two pieces. Because our coat needs sleeves, right? So we're gonna put one right here and one right here. Now, we have somewhat of a coat right here, okay? It needs a little more. We're making a beautiful in some of the translations in the Bible, it calls it an ornate coat. So when you think of the word ornate, I think of embellished and beautiful and just really elaborate. So we're going to make an elaborate coat of many colors here. So we've got our graham crackers. Now we're going to take our icing packets. So this has a little edge right here for easy tear. We're going to tear our icing. And then we are going to squeeze it all down our graham cracker here. I am so excited to get to eat this in a minute. Don't eat it yet. Mom's probably going to want a picture of your craft first. Okay. And I just want to icing it all up because if you're like me, I like icing. Okay. Now rub that icing in with your butter knife that you got out. Rub it all in here. Then we gotta fix our sleeves. It may be easier to pick them up. And there goes a sleeve. And here goes another sleeve. I'm gonna put a little icing there. I'm gonna stick it on like that. Now, if you've got a plate, you can either wipe it off like this or, that's delicious. Okay. So now we have to decorate our coat with new colors. This is what my boys have been most excited about. Whoops, be careful there. Tear my coat up before I get it finished. Okay. So see, you've got these beautiful little strips here. It's going to help us make our coat. So 1. How many of you guys think it's going to take? 2. 3. Ella, go away. Sorry, that's the fun of making these videos at home. There we go. And then, oh, I need sleeves, right? So you can get somebody to help you, or if you can do it, just cut those in half right there. Probably can even cut it into 4 pieces. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I've got some little excess here at the end. You can leave it on, you can cut it off, whatever you want to do. Or you can kind of pick it up and tuck it under. All right, now we have a coat of many colors. So now you can reflect back on your Bible study and think how thankful you are for your family and how this Bible story had a good ending. Joseph was distanced and taken away from his family, but in the end, he was back with his father and his brothers. I hope each of you have a good evening and a good time crafting with your family. Have a good night.
What a great craft, right? So now, if it's okay with your parents, I think it's finally the time that you can eat those airheads, right? So, along with the rest of your coat of many colors, if your parents say wait, make sure and wait and do that later. But that was a fun craft. We're thankful to Miss Kim Stanio and for Jimmy helping out with that, and they just did a great job. And so we're glad that you got to do our first craft. We'll have a craft every night during Vacation Bible School, so don't miss it. Okay, another part of Vacation Bible School that we love is good old Noah. And so I want to introduce you to the mystery hand of Vacation Bible School. And the mystery hand is going to help me with animals in Noah's Ark. So mystery hand, do you have some animals for me tonight? All right, thumbs up. How many animals do you have for me? Okay, 3 animals. Here we go. Now, I don't know, but right before we get started, you may not know this if you've not been to Ashville Road Vacation Bible School, but I am a master of animal sounds. And so no matter what comes out of the ark, I can nail it just perfect. I mean, animals have been known to flock my way because I'm so realistic. So you'll find that out. So here we go. Good old Noah built an ark like God told him to, and on that ark he put a seal like God told him to. Where the here and there, here there, everywhere. If you do what God says do, you will be blessed too. Good old Noah built an ark like God told him to, and on that ark he put a well like God told him to. With a here and there, here, there, everywhere, here, there, here, there, everywhere. If you do what God says do, you will be blessed too. Good old Noah built an ark like God told him to, and on that ark he put a bull like God told him to. With a here, there, here, and there, and everywhere, here, there, here, there, everywhere, here, there, here, there, everywhere. If you do what God says do, you will be blessed too. Now, we sort of have to address these sea animals, right? Because maybe they were under the ark, right? Maybe not in the ark. Okay. Anyway, so you may not think that was a very good sound. And that's because I was telling you not how like sonar would pick the sound up, but exactly what they sound like because I'm a master of animal sound. So Mystery Hand of VBS, can you give us some more animals tomorrow night? All right, so we'll see the mystery hand tomorrow night for another great time with good old Noah. Now it's time for us to move on, and we are ready for our second Bible question of the night. So this is for our Fun Runners group, our group of kids from kindergarten down. And so once again, we're going to surprise someone and make a phone call here. And so if you signed up, be near your phone. Here we go. All right, let's see.
Hello?
Hello. Can I speak to Kason Har? We're here at VBS Central.
Say hey.
Hi.
Hey, Kason, are you watching Vacation Bible School tonight?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, are you ready for the Bible question of the night?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to win a great prize here. Here we go. Give me a number between 1 and 10. 10. All right, question number 8. Here we go. I was a follower of God who was thrown into a den of lions. Who am I? Daniel. Fantastic. Great job, Kason. Good job. And so we have for you a great prize that we'll give you at church on Sunday. This is a Bible Stories memory game. And thanks for playing Bible Question of the Night with us. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Kason did great. And we'll get that prize to him. And remember, we're going to do this every night this week for our bigger kids and our smaller kids. Send your name in to vbs@arcoc.com and say, I want to do the Bible question of the night. Okay, now let's see. It's time for the fruit of the Spirit. And so let's see. Did somebody hear a knock at the door? Oh, there's a knock at the door. And it's, look at here, it's our apple. So we're going to sing our song about the fruit of the Spirit, and these are more things you need to know to get into the Golden 100. Here we go. The fruit of the Spirit's not an apple. The fruit of the Spirit's not an apple. If you want to be an apple, then you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, because the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Let's do it again. The fruit of the Spirit's not an apple. The fruit of the Spirit's not an apple. If you want to be an apple, then you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, because the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Mr. Apple, thank you for coming to see us tonight. Can you bring back another fruit with you to Vacation Bible School tomorrow night? All right, we'll see you tomorrow night. Head on out, Mr. Apple, and thanks for coming to be a part of virtual Vacation Bible School. All right, now it's time for the Golden 100 Lightning Round. Here we go. We got a bunch of songs, so we're just going to run through them real quick. Jesus called them one by one, Peter, Andrew, James, and John. Next came Philip, Thomas too, Matthew and Bartholomew. James, the one they called the less, Simon also Thaddeus. 12 apostles Judas made. Jesus was by him betrayed. Matthias then took Judas' place to preach to men of every race. Paul 3 preaching trips did make, and went to Rome for Jesus' sake. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them, and they all followed him. Day one, God made light when there was none. Day one, God made light when there was none. Day two, God made clouds and skies of blue. Day two, God made clouds and skies of blue. Day three, God made flowers and grass and trees. Day three, God made flowers and grass and trees. Day four, sun and moon and stars galore. Day four, sun and moon and stars galore. Day five, God made birds and fish alive. Day five, God made birds and fish alive. Sixth day, animals and man that day. Sixth day, animals and man that day. Day seven, God rested in his heaven. Day seven, God rested in his heaven. Now you might have noticed there that Mr. Tim had a real hard time with the tune to that song. And normally during Vacation Bible School, there's a sweet lady in the first row or two that'll shake her head at me and she'll sing it right so that I can pick it up. But this year, Mr. Tim's all on his own. So those are the times you have to sing louder than ever, okay? So if Mr. Tim messes it up, you just turn the volume down and sing loud, okay? All right. Here's the song about the judges. Othniel, Ehud, Shamgar, Deborah, Gideon, Abimelech, Tola, Jair, Jephthah, Ibzan, Elon, Abdon, Samson, Eli, Samuel. One more time. Othniel, Ehud, Shamgar, Deborah, Gideon, Abimelech, Tola, Jair, Jephthah, Ibzan, Elon, Abdon, Samson, Eli, Samuel. And so you might say, well, you just said all the names. But when we put it to a tune, it makes it easier, right? So that's a good way to learn those judges. You also, to get into the Golden 100, you need to know the 10 Commandments. And so you can say out the whole verse, or you can use these small things that are in this song to quote the 10 Commandments. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the 10 Commandments. You'll discover how to love God and each other if you learn the 10 Commandments. God first, no idols, don't misuse God's name. Worship and rest, honor your parents. No murder, no adultery. Don't steal, don't lie, don't covet. This will praise God's name. When you learn the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the 10 Commandments, You'll discover how to love God and each other if you learn the 10 Commandments. Learn the 10 Commandments. All right, very good. That was one of those tough ones, but that's the end of the Golden 100 Lightning Round. All right, very good. Okay, so now it's time to find out for the first night of Vacation Bible School who got their name up in lights, who went the distance tonight and did their memory work. Here we go. The 27 Club, Skylar Harr, Kason Harr, Riley Brooks, Crystal Harr, Millie Layton, Jonathan Layton, Mia Knost, some more, Rachel Knost, Melissa Knost, Bob Knost, Sam Fowler, Amy Chappell, Hazel Butts, Alexandra Butts, and Savannah Hill and Marcus Hill. Is that it? Good job, guys. 27 Club. All right. 66 Club. Here we go. Jonathan Layton, Skylar Harr, Millie Layton, Crystal Harr, Riley Brooks, Kason Harr, Rachel Knost, Mia Knost, Melissa Knost, Bob Knost, Amy Chappell, Alexandra Butts, Marcus Hill, Savannah Hill. Good job, guys. 66 Club. All right. Now, for our fun runners, our kids that are from kindergarten down, to get into the Golden 100, you have to do at least those first 77 items in your memory workbook. That means all the ones that we sing songs about. If you can sing all those, you can be in the Golden 100. Did anyone get in the Golden 100? Kason Harr, great job, Kason. Good job. And for our kids from first grade all the way up through our adults, you have to quote all 100 items. Riley Brooks, Skylar Harr, Crystal Harr, Mia Knost, Rachel Knost, Melissa Knost, Bob Knost. Anybody else? Amy Chappell. Is that it? Good job, guys. Very good. Keep up the good work. We got 3 more nights to do memory work. When you complete your memory work, you know by now what you need to do. Send us an email, vbs@arcoc.com, and tell us the memory work you completed, and you'll get your name up in lights. So it's time for one of our favorite songs at Ashville Road VBS, If You're Happy and You Know It. So tonight, what are we going to do? If you're happy and you know it, we're going to clap our hands. We're going to stomp our feet. We're going to do like the Minion and say banana. We're going to do like the Fonz. Now, some of y'all may not know who the Fonz is, but maybe you can go back and find an old TV show. But he says, "Ay." And then we're going to do the Hulk. And the old Hulk says, "Hulk, smash, rrr." All right, now this is one of those where you got to get on your feet, okay? Here we go. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, say banana, banana. If you're happy and you know it, say banana, banana. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, say banana, banana. If you're happy and you know it, do the Fonz, ay. If you're happy and you know it, do the Fonz, ay. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do the Fonz, ay. If you're happy and you know it, do the Hulk, Hulk, smash, rrr. If you're happy and you know it, do the Hulk, Hulk, smash, rrr. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do the Hulk, Hulk, smash, rrr. If you're happy and you know it, do all 5. Banana, hey, Hulk, smash, rrr. If you're happy and you know it, do all 5. Banana, a Hulk, smash, rrr. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do all 5. Banana, a Hulk, smash, rrr. All right, good job, guys. All right, so while Mr. Tim tries not to have a heart attack up here, we're going to move on to our next song. I don't know who ordered these songs this way. I guess it was me. But we're going to do now, Hi, My Name is Noah, which is another fun one. So make sure and stand up and do all the motions with me. Here we go. Hi, my name's Noah. I got a wife, 3 kids, and I work in a boat factory. One day, God said, Noah, are you busy? I said, nope. He said, good. He said, build this ark with your right hand. Hi, my name's Noah. I got a wife, 3 kids, and I work in a boat factory. One day, God said, Noah, are you busy? I said, nope. He said, good. He said, build this ark with your left hand. Hi, my name's Noah. I got a wife, 3 kids, and I work in a boat factory. One day, God said, Noah, are you busy? I said, no. He said, good. He said, build this ark with your right foot. Hi, my name's Noah. I got a wife, 3 kids, and I work in a boat factory. One day, God said, Noah, are you busy? I said, no. He said, good. He said, build this ark with your left foot. Hi, my name's Noah. I got a wife, 3 kids, and I work in a boat factory. One day, God said, Noah, are you busy? I said, no. He said, good. He said, build this ark with your head. Hi, my name's Noah. I got a wife, 3 kids, and I work in a boat factory. One day, God said, no. Are you busy? I said, nope. He said, good. He said, build this ark with your tongue. I said, yes. Woo, that was good. All right, I thought I was going to have to take one of my 3 VBS timeouts for this week during that, but we made it through. So, what a great story we got to learn about tonight in our skit about Joseph being distanced from his brothers. And here's this picture of him coming back together with his brothers. And what did Joseph say to his brothers at the end? You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good, right? So what can we take from that? There's a lot of bad things that happen in our world. Sometimes they happen to us personally. And if we always look for the good thing that can come out of that, how can we react to that? How can we behave the way that God wants us to behave? Then good things can come out of it. We need to look for the way that God can make a bad thing good. We're going to have great stories all week this week. And so come back, be back online tomorrow night. We're going to learn another great story. But before we go, it wouldn't be Vacation Bible School if we didn't do the hippo song, right? So we're going to do hip, 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 hippopotamus, hip, hip, hooray, God made all of us. And then we're going to do Dinah, Dinah, dinosaur. That's T-Rex, right, with the little arms. Hear me stomp and hear me roar, right? Okay, so here we go. Everybody ready for the hippo song? In the beginning, God made the seas, and the forest filled with trees, and the mountains up so high. And at the top, He placed the sky. His fingerprints are everywhere, just to show how much He cares. And in the middle, God had some fun. He made a hippo that weighed a ton. Hip, 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 hippopotamus. Hip, hip, hooray, God made all of us. Hip, 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 hippopotamus. Hip, hip, hooray, God made all of us. In the beginning, God made the seas, and the forest filled with trees, and the mountains up so high. And at the top, He placed the sky. His fingerprints are everywhere, just to show how much He cares. And in the middle, God had some fun. He made a dinosaur that weighs a ton. Dinah, Dinah, dinosaur, hear me stomp and hear me roar. Dinah, Dinah, dinosaur, hear me stomp and hear me roar. All right, good job. So everybody, by now, you know all about the memory work. Listen, if you're in our general area, we still have a few of our memory and craft packets left. And so if you need to come up by the church building tomorrow, you can come up and pick one of those up, maybe from around 9 a.m. to noon or so. Just a few of them left, but that will give you the crafts for the last 3 nights. And I know that if you didn't have a craft tonight, you would like to have those. So come by and pick those up. Make sure and tell other people about what's going on and that we're having a lot of fun. I hope you've had a great time tonight. We sure have. We love Vacation Bible School here at Ashville Road. It's one of our favorite times of the year, and we're glad that we get to share it not only with people here and nearby, but people far off. And so tonight we had 52 different families that watched Vacation Bible School. Of course, it wouldn't be Vacation Bible School if we didn't set a goal, right? And so we would love to have, let's say, 60 families tomorrow night So can you tell somebody else about this and ask them to join in tomorrow night? We'd love for you to do that. Our farthest viewer tonight, Miami, Florida. How about that? That's amazing. So we're so excited that you joined us from Miami and all points in between back to Leeds, Alabama. Come back tomorrow night, be a part of Vacation Bible School virtual night number 2. But how many times can I say it wouldn't be Vacation Bible School if we didn't do Booster, right? So we're going to do a booster to boost our Bible school for the rest of the week, and then we'll close with a prayer, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Here we go. Booster, booster, be a booster. Don't be grouchy like a rooster. Booster, booster, be a booster, and boost our Bible school. Booster! Gopher, be a gopher. Don't be lazy like a loafer. Gopher, be a gopher, and go for Bible school. Gopher! Now, before our prayer, tomorrow night, we're going to learn about someone who was distanced from her people. We're not going to tell you who it is. You got to come back tomorrow night to find that out. Let's close with a word of prayer. Dear God, we're so thankful that we've been able to be together in this special way this evening, to join together and sing some songs and learn a story from your word about how you can take bad things and make them good. We pray that's something that you'll help us take with us throughout all of our life. We're so thankful that you've allowed us to be able to join together and to have this time. And we pray that you'll be with us throughout the rest of this week and that everything that we do will be pleasing in your sight. In Jesus' name, amen. See you tomorrow night.